welcome to Ask Hyojin, and I'm here with Keith. Ask Hyojin. Okay, Oppa, today's question is, how do Korean parents give their baby's name?
Okay, well, let me tell you about my name first.
Okay,
my Korean name
you're
is
right.
Kim Song-ju.
Kim Song-ju.
Yeah.
Okay,
and then that middle part, Song, it's like my older cousin, his name is Kim Song-su.
Kim Song-su, okay.
Yeah, so like that Song is the same, I think. But it's not like the real way that it's supposed. Anyway, so we'll get into that a little later. But anyway, my grandma gave me the name, and then she like copied the Song part. And then, yeah.
So the thing is, we have this book, right, called 족보. 족보. And in the book, it tells you that which letter you have to have in your name. For example, in my generation, my brother's name is Kwangmin. And in my generation, we have to have the letter Kwang in their names. So you were talking about that. So in the book, in your family's 족보, Song is your letter.
Actually,
like
we don't have that book anymore. It's like lost in North Korea.
Oh my God.
It's like no, seriously, we ran away and like that book's like over there.
So no one knows.
No one knows.
Yeah.
But like my grandma just like, here, you have Song and Song.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So in my family, my father has the letter Pyong, and my uncles all has the letter Pyong in their names.
So in Korean, the Korean names, like the families, you're all supposed to have like one character that's the same.
Yeah.
And then the second part is just different.
But the funny thing is, none of my cousins have Kwang in their names. It's mostly for guys, but none of my cousin brothers have Kwang in their names, which means that no one really follows that anymore.
Well, I think that's recently, right?
Yeah,
no one
recently.
really does it anymore?
Not really.
But I think that book is super cool, though. It's like hundreds of years of like your ancestors and your names, and like everything's like written down.
But you know,
you're like whatever. You're like
no. I mean, if you think
so
about
cool.
it, if the character that you are supposed to have in your name is not pretty,
Kwang.
it's quite difficult. My mom didn't like my brother's name at first.
Okay.
Because it's hard to pronounce, you
Kwang.
know. Kwang.
It's a very strong name.
Strong name. So we have this book. Like in your case, mostly their grandparents used to give the grandchildren names, right? But in my case, my father gave my name.
Oh, you told me. How did you get your name? That was a fun story.
So my dad likes to read. So he was reading this book. The main character was Hyojin, this girl. Very confident and really nice girl. So he liked it. So he gave the name to me. But the thing is, he forgot which book it was. So I don't know.
So you can't even like read the book to see who you're named
I
after.
know. I don't know my namesake. I mean, it's so sad.
Hyojin's a fine name.
Thank you. It's pretty common. It's pretty common.
Yeah.
It's pretty common. And you know, some parents go to fortune tellers.
That's right.
Ask for their children's name.
I don't really know too much about this, but like people just go and be like, hey, give me my child's name.
Yeah, and you know, you have your birth date and the time of the birth, and they do
Oh, this is like
stuff.
after that they're born, right?
Yeah, mostly.
Oh,
so they do their
yeah.
fortune telling stuff, and then they give you the name. That's supposedly the best name for the baby. So there are parents go to the fortune tellers, but these days I think most parents give their children just pretty names.
Just whatever they think is pretty.
Yeah.
I used to work at a hagwon, you know, like teaching English, and I met a child. Her name was Esther. Like her Korean name was Esther. Why are you shaking your head? What's wrong with Esther?
Shocking. Like I've never heard anything about that. I mean, I know that a lot of English teachers try to give students English names, but they do have their own Korean names as well.
Her mom? I don't know. She's like Esther. What's wrong with Esther? Stop hating, yo.
I mean, I'm not hating.
You're hating, yo.
I'm not hating. It's just shocking.
Esther, it's fine.
It is fine, but it's shocking.
Okay, fine. Anyway, it's not common at all. I've only met one Korean girl with like English name, but
I just remembered that I have a friend from high school. Her name is really beautiful in Korean, like Korean.
Okay.
Her name was 아름답다.
That was so corny. I knew that was coming. That's why 아름답다 means beautiful in Korean. But that was a terrible joke anyway.
It's not a joke.
I know.
Her name really was 아름답다.
No, you just said her name is so beautiful. Oh!
힘들어요. 근데 정말 it's a very very unique name. You know, in Korea most names are 2 syllables.
Well, with the family name, it's 3
syllables.
total, and then the regular, your given name is 2 syllables.
Some people have 1 syllable with their names, but 아름답다, which is 4 letters already, 4 syllables, and 아름답다 is like a dictionary form of to be beautiful, and it was really unique. And her sister's name was 슬기롭다, to be wise.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
I think you can never forget the name.
Yeah.
It's really good. I think.
Yeah. What did you call her, by the way?
I called her 답다. The last 2 letters.
Well, it's awkward to call someone anything more than 3 syllables, right? Like 2
Sometimes,
or 3.
Yeah.
So like that's why you always kind of shorten it to 2.
답다 or 아름. Some people call her 아름.
So like having 3 syllables is like the most common. That's why like if someone has like 4 syllables, it's kind of hard or awkward. Or 5 syllables, I've never heard that before. But like, yeah, it's just awkward a little bit.
And there are family names that are 2 syllables. For example, my family name is An, which is common, like having 1 syllable. But there are family names like 선우 or 독고. What else?
남궁?
남궁?
Yeah.
There are very famous 2-syllable family names. It's interesting.
And the most, I think the longest name ever, wasn't it like 13 characters or something like that?
I can't remember, but it was like 한 수암무 두루미와 something. I can't even remember.
아름답다.
It was like a poem.
Okay.
His name was like a poem.
Okay. But very unusual.
Very unusual.
Okay, so tell me, how do Korean people pick their names?
First, you can look it up on your 톡보. And you can ask your grandparents.
Okay.
Or you can ask your parent.
Fortune teller.
Fortune teller. Or just
pick whatever's
pick one.
pretty.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about your future baby's name?
Yeah, of course. But I've only thought of like the English name. The Korean name, I was actually gonna just ask my dad or my mom, or like, hey, pick it. Because it's like I think they would like that, right?
Okay.
As long as it's not like ugly, like an ugly name, I'd be like, no, don't do that. So as long as yeah. But anyway, in the future, gonna ask my parents.
Okay, awesome. So please let us know by comment. In your country, how do parents pick their baby's name? And let us know. Bye.
Bye.
Hue from 회사 and shik from 식사. You would think it's just a gathering to eat. However, it's usually a gathering with people from the same company where they go to drink.
So after work, people from your office, they all go together at a restaurant and they eat and drink together. That's right.
Now let's look at the orange thing right next to it. That is called 쓰레받기 in Korean, which is dustpan in English. 쓰레받기. 쓰레받기. Lastly, we have a hose or 호스. 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 Alrighty, I hope you